Maybe you're hitting the gym a few times a week, weights are going up, but you're still wondering why your performance is mediocre. So in this video, I'm going to explain why your gym work isn't translating onto the pitch. Now look, discipline probably isn't your issue. You train, you lift, you show up, but your performance on the pitch just isn't moving anywhere. Why is this? Well, it could be because you're training like a bodybuilder and not an athlete. So I'm going to break down exactly how you can go from feeling slow, lethargic and rigid on the pitch to feeling explosive and sharp coming into games. Now if you're new here, you might be wondering why trust me. Well, I've been exactly where you are now. I trained like a bodybuilder for a long time. I was influenced by YouTube a lot and I was copying their workouts thinking that just because I would get stronger and bigger would then make me a better footballer. But the reality was that the improvements in my performance only started to happen whenever I changed my training to training like an athlete. And as a result, that helped me make my senior inter-county team. Now this is a common problem for a lot of athletes. So here are some of the big mistakes to avoid, and if you stick around, I'll explain exactly how you can fix them. So the first mistake that a lot of GAA athletes make is racking up too much volume in season. Maybe you're doing 5 sets of 10 on every exercise, trying to hit the age-old 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. And clearly this isn't a fact that you're lazy, it is actually the opposite. You're probably just overdoing it. And here you're training like someone who's prepping for a physique show, not to be able to go out and do repeated sprints on the field. And all of this volume is racking up a huge debt on the nervous system. So then whenever you have to go out onto the pitch and react to external stimuluses or accelerate and decelerate and jump for a high ball, you're going to be feeling quite tired, fatigued and just ultimately fried. Your legs won't feel sharp and that is going to be a killer to your performance. The second mistake I see a lot of athletes making is training muscles and not movements. Because I'm an S&C coach, I usually start the conversations by what's your training split. And a lot of them will say, oh, I'm doing a push-pull legs, or I'm doing push day today, I'm doing pull day tomorrow and an arm day the next day. But guess what? The game is not played in isolation. During a match, you have to be able to rotate, you have to be able to accelerate, you have to be able to decelerate, you have to be able to jump, you have to be able to change direction and explode. So GAA is full body, reactive and explosive. So you need to stop training like you're going to be standing on stage and start training like someone who needs to replicate the patterns that's happening on the pitch. And the third mistake I see a lot of GAA athletes make is not including speed and power work. Now sprinting is a skill like anything else. So to get better at it, you need to do more of it. However, so many athletes leave out sprinting every single week. They pretty much prioritize everything else over this. But the problem is you can be strong in the gym, but if you can't express that strength and apply it into the ground, then ultimately it's wasted capacity. The best players aren't just strong, they're fast, they're reactive and able to apply that force really quickly into the ground. And this is exactly what power is. It's your ability to apply that strength really quickly, which is learned from lifting light things very fast and also including regular sprinting. Okay, so I've beat around the bush enough and explained exactly what the mistakes are, but what do athletes actually need to do on a weekly basis? So here's exactly how you can fix these mistakes. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you click the link in the description and you can download our free PDF guide that builds out a full in-season GAA performance plan for you. So the first thing that GAA athletes need to prioritize is relative strength over absolute strength. So it's not just about how strong you are, but how strong you are in relation to your body weight. And relative strength is more indicative of can you move your body explosively, whereas absolute strength is going to be more so focused on can you move somebody else. So there's two ways you can improve your relative strength, and that is just by simply getting stronger, but also then keeping your body weight the same or reducing it down. And overall, this will have a good transfer over to your power and speed, rather than simply just getting stronger and heavier, trying to push as much mass as possible. Really what you want to be doing is trying to keep your body weight at an ideal version or an ideal level for yourself and still seeing small improvements in your strength across the season. The second and probably one of the most important ones is sprinting weekly. Now, as I said, sprinting is a skill, so if you don't practice it, you're not going to get better at it. But where do you put this in throughout the week? Well, what I would focus on is including a sprint session weekly, probably before my first team session of the week. So let's say you're training on a Tuesday, Friday and Sunday. I would put my speed session in before my Tuesday session. Go out 15-20 minutes early, complete my speed session, and then you're into your main team training. This ensures that you're getting your speed exposure, because once you go into your team training, oftentimes there's not that many opportunities to fully open up and reach the speed limits that you need to hit. So just by simply hitting that 95% plus of your speed once per week has been shown to significantly reduce the risk of hamstring injuries. So aside from getting faster and more explosive, this is also very, very important from an injury prevention standpoint. The third thing I would do here is include plyometrics and jumps. This is how you build elastic energy in the lower limbs and the upper limbs as well. So these are the type of springs that will help you to jump, land, cut, change direction, push off people, will overall help you to express that force or that strength that you've built in a fast manner. Number 4 is related to number 2, and this is sprint mechanics and using intent. So it's not just simply about running fast, but it's about being able to do it efficiently. The postures, the positions, the projection that you use is all very, very important to help maximize your speed and explosiveness. So what I would do here is for the likes of acceleration, which is 0 to 30 meters, I would be focusing on sprint mechanic drills such as wall drills, wall holds, wall switches, wall marches, that you're getting that nice torso lean of around 45 to 60 degrees, and you're able to figure out what them shapes feel like and what them angles feel like. For something like top end speed, which is 30 meters onwards up to about 100 meters, then I would be focusing on something like A and B series. So you'll be doing more skipping like behaviors or skipping like activities, and this will help you to figure out how you should be, I suppose, in them positions for top end speed, or allow you to express and explore them positions a little bit better. So I would include these in every gym session and in also every pitch session as well. And the last fix I would include is rotational and reactive core work. Your core just isn't for planks. It's for creating torque, it's for absorbing contact and transferring energy in a split second. So you need to have more dynamic exercises like pull-off presses with a chaos addition to it, plate dead bugs, anti-rotational dead bugs, med ball passes. There's so many different variations that you need to include other than just simply doing planks for a half an hour. So pulling all this together, instead of doing your push day or your arms day, here's exactly what I would do instead. So I'd start things off with some med ball rotational throws. This will help you to build rotational force that translates into things like kicking or hand passing or changing direction. Second exercise would be trap bar jumps. This uses strength very, very fast. It teaches the nervous system to apply the force that you have very quickly in a similar manner than you would in a game. Then I would include some accelerations or decelerations. These could be 10-meter sprints or resisted sprints even, using 10% of your body weight pulled behind you. This is a great way to kill two birds with one stone, because you're getting your speed exposure, but also you're getting work on them angles and sprint mechanics that I was talking about earlier, where you're training the posture, position and projection to help improve your speed. Then I would go into my main compound lifts of the day. These can be, depending on the day, they could be your box squats, your bench press. They could be your big compound lifts. That's just going to train your bilateral strength. And lastly, you could finish off with some prehab work, such as doing loaded carries. These will help build posture, core stability and grip strength, which are also very important for game day. Now, all of this said, this is more related to your performance, not just to train yourself to look good. Of course, you can do that, and that is still a goal of myself, and it's a goal of many athletes. However, there's ways to do that, like I'm after touching on here, that will kill two birds with one stone, where you can also look good, but also make sure that you're performing on the field. And as I said, if you want that full gym plan, the full GAA Performance blueprint that will help you build a full nutrition and strength and conditioning plan with also mindset resources for this coming season in the GAA calendar, then just click the link in the bio below and you can download it for free. I will chat to you soon.